you're not going to understand.
No,
and if I
she
can't
wouldn't
explain it to
understand
you,
anything.
I can't explain it to them, so none of us understand.
Okay.
Nobody understands.
Nobody understands.
And there should be live, hopefully. Did it pop up yet?
Well, oh no. Now we're just completely silent. We're here.
59.
Where are we?
Didn't pop up. Oh, here it is.
Did it pop up?
Sorry.
Yeah, the closed music call. I had an event you might be interested in. That's not you. Sorry.
That's okay. I'm on, and my husband.
I gotcha.
My husband's being a
hang
pervert,
on.
which is nothing unusual.
I think it's so nice what he did.
Volume up.
I really think it's
So do I.
Yeah.
So do I.
And I like the oil changes.
I know. Should I tell them about it?
Sure.
I mean, most
You
of them
might
aren't
have
local,
Gilderland
but
people
you never
or
know.
area
Hey,
people.
brag
I
about your
shared it to
husband.
my friends.
You,
All right,
you
so-
knock him lots of times, so brag about him.
I mean,
I
I
think
knock
we
him
should
all the
bring him
time
into.
because it's
I
just
think
fun.
you should bring him into.
If he was around, I would
Oh,
bring
he's
him
not
in.
here?
No. No, he's doing his real job thing. Whatever.
Oh, God,
Why?
I know.
Why is it not coming up on
Good
here?
morning. So while we're waiting, while Barb figures out how to use Facebook. I know. Turn it off. Good morning.
Hang
So
on.
while we're waiting. Oh,
There
wow.
we go. Okay.
I hate hearing the sound of my own voice.
So do I.
Thank you.
Of my voice.
Sure,
not
sure. I
yours.
understand what that meant.
Although I must say I get tired. No.
So Barb just got fired today, just now at 11 on the dot.
You're all a witness.
I'm gonna brag for a second while I wait. We're gonna go back to the
should.
old days where it's 11:02 before I talk. So we got a minute. So
As she keeps talking.
my friend that I live with, his name
Her
is Eric,
husband.
my husband.
Her better half.
Yeah.
I am so tired. I have no idea what words are coming out of my mouth. So if I swear, this will be the day that it happens. My husband, that guy that I live with, he did something, and I just want to brag about it for a minute because he's not here to brag about it, and he wouldn't anyway. But
We all want to buy
the
it.
town that we live in, which is Gilderland, has a senior bus that I don't even know if I don't know where they take them. Medical appointments, the
Probably
mall,
medical
all
appointments
over.
and stuff, yeah.
So it's just this small white bus, and it was kind of looking beat up and rusty. It was bad. It was
was
pretty
bad.
bad. And
To be honest with you, I'm surprised they
it
were
was
using it.
It was bad. Well,
Yeah.
they didn't have a choice, I
Yeah.
guess. And so, well, it depends on who you ask. Other people will tell you Gilderland has lots of money. I don't know where.
Yeah.
So my husband saw it, and he went to them and said, no, you cannot drive around in that disgraceful bus. I own a body shop and a repair shop, and I would like to fix it for you as a charitable contribution. And they were so moved by it, they want to write up an article in our local little newspaper, and they want to do like a big thing for him. So
Show that
Oh,
picture.
so
like,
this
that's how
is
rusty.
This is the beginning. That was the rust on one spot. So remember, this is just the beginning, and that's Pepe. And so Pepe did an amazing job. Our body guy is unbelievable, and then my husband got all of the vinyl lettering and
That one
stripes.
really shows how bad it was.
Yeah.
I mean,
So, I mean, look at this. Look at that. Yes, we are now transitioning into talking about vehicles.
Yeah,
Bags,
that's right.
vehicles,
I
everything.
know, because
I'm just bragging
We're
about
gonna
my
show the
husband.
after
I'm
picture.
looking.
Marlene's gonna get the
Yeah.
after picture. So they lettered it up. They put, the handicap stickers. They put reflective tape. They did the whole thing. It's painted. It's
That's
like
not
it's
the picture
brand
we've
new.
done.
And they sent an email
is.
today, and she said it's so shiny and
Coming
new.
along. Oh, wait a minute.
So my
finally
husband, who never does anything like this, got this idea this morning and posted on Facebook that if you are in our area and you see the bus driving around, so not in the garage, but if you see it driving around, and here it is, the pretty bus.
It looks beautiful.
It looks
now.
so
It looks
amazing.
awesome. It looks like
it's
new.
perfect. If you see it driving around and you take a picture and you post it on his post, he'll give you a free oil change. And he said, I got an idea this morning, and I didn't ask you first before I posted it because I am the proofreader and spell checker. So that's all. I'm just bragging on my husband. So
Charlie, really? Remove the rust and install it.
Bus number
zipper.
2008.
Rose gold gold.
rose gold would have looked beautiful
Yes.
on there.
What did Charlie say?
I think it was a zipper.
So
Gotta love Charlie.
just so you guys all know, my husband, he's a good egg.
That's
Sometimes I want to stab him, but I don't. But he's a good egg. So you're on a mission, and I'm not even getting
No,
involved.
don't get involved.
So-
I'm trying to figure out which one she's talking about.
Oh, every time you guys point to stuff behind me, we can never find it.
Fold over to the low and to the left of the rue bag.
I'm gonna let Barb
Low
take
to
care of
the
that.
left with the fold over.
I'm assuming
Is it
that.
gonna, oh, it's going to be the other side.
So,
Yeah, that's that way.
okay.
Or is it this one?
one of these Fridays, I'm just going to take
Which one
a
is
tour
which one?
behind me because this is, honestly, it's super confusing and hard to do.
I'm not sure which
That
one she's
is the
talking.
Evie. That is from a magazine. It's not a pattern that's available. That's the Evie that I just made. It's not a kit yet. That's part of what we're going to talk about today.
Make
So,
one of these like a clutch.
isn't it cute?
It is.
So,
Can I put these back, Barb?
Put 'em
yes,
back.
yes. So if you have questions about the bags behind me, I don't mind answering them, but it's actually super confusing because your left and my left are not always the same, and I take pictures and point to things. I can go through them. Maybe at the end of today, I'll point them all out to you. How about that? We'll
That's a
go
good
through
idea.
and I'll point them all out. So pay attention. Stay to the end. Now you have to stay.
Now you have to-
Somebody says put numbers on the back. No.
No numbers.
Not put
Okay.
numbers on the back.
So.
Sorry, Trisha.
We're just gonna chat today because I don't have anything to show you. So about once a month we have these videos where you ask me questions, although you guys didn't really have any questions for me. I'm a little disappointed. So if you have questions, leave them. Barb will read them to me.
I have a question.
We're not at the question part yet.
Sorry.
Oh my
My
God.
gosh,
She's
I'm
very excited. We're just chatting because I did not prepare anything. And the reason I didn't prepare anything is because I am tired. And it's been a very hectic week, and I probably say that every week, but it exhausted me.
You missed us.
I did miss, they were gone, so I was in charge of everything by myself, which I can usually handle. But on top of it, we had orders. I had court club. I had stuff for the virtual retreat. I have this stupid job that I have to do for my wonderful husband, who's not watching. It's okay. And, well, if he is,
But
it's
your
okay
mother
too.
is.
My mom's watching. My mom will defend Eric over me any day, so don't worry. She'll tell you how great he is. So he did, a wonderful thing, and there, I talked about him. I gave him his pat on the back. So it's just been a little bit hectic this week, to the point that I woke up I wasn't awake, I was like waking up, and my brain said, don't worry, it's Saturday, you get to sleep in today, no
Oh my
alarms.
gosh.
And then I immediately opened my eyes and went, that's not right, is it? And I looked and
Oh
I was
my
like,
gosh.
nope, it's not. It was 4:55. It was definitely not Saturday, but tomorrow is. So, I am also still sad and without a MacBook. So Apple, can you get your act together? I need it back. So that's been where my week has been. But I didn't even tell you guys this. You don't even know this.
Uh-oh.
No.
Another surprise.
No, I'm gonna blow your mind with this one.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
I can't wait.
No, you're not even gonna. It's not even on your like horizon of what you're thinking
Not
about.
on my radar.
It's not on your radar. So something happened this
You're
week.
pregnant.
No. If I am, one of you has to take it because I don't want it.
Not me.
I am
Don't
not.
take it.
No.
Again, I got my flu shot there yesterday.
sorry.
Just the fact that word came up, it was not true. I am
No.
not. I am not with child. I never will be. So you're fired now too. So something that I have been hoping would happen, but I kind of thought, nah, it's really never gonna happen. We sold the van.
You did sell
It's
it.
gone. The van is
sold it?
gone.
Really?
It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. The money is in my account. It's gone. The van
Awesome.
is sold.
Wow.
So the reason I'm so excited about that, number one, I've been paying on that van since March, and it hasn't been
this year.
moving. I mean, okay, I figured out because I couldn't remember. I haven't left in that van. I haven't physically driven it myself since February of 2020. I have still been making payments on that van. It has been sitting in a garage. My husband drives it. We let a friend borrow it. I haven't driven it since February. So the reason I'm so excited about that is, first of all, I don't have to make a payment anymore. So
Yep.
that's like done. How exciting is it when you pay stuff off?
Yeah.
But also,
You're not traveling.
I'm not traveling.
Yeah.
But this is a good thing. So any of you that are like, oh wow, why not? Okay, here's the thing. I'm not getting any younger, newsflash. And my body is not really prepared for doing all the heavy lifting that I used to do. I can still do it, but I don't want to. But doing shows was stressful before. It was profitable, I did it for a reason, but it was stressful. It was stressful on all of us, even when they were still here. It was stressful on all of us. It was hard on my husband. It was hard. My family and my friends were like, we hate that we don't know where you are. Like, you're driving by yourself, very long
Yeah.
distances. I drove to California by myself. To and from.
That's-
2
yeah.
times. That's 4 cross-country trips alone. I don't miss that. But, like I told you guys last week, a new unexpected opportunity came up. Want to come to a show and teach? Make a little money, meet some people, direct them to your website, make some good connections, but be on your own to do whatever you want to do, actually see a city. So this is a good thing. It's a really good thing. And I'm not saying I will never ever do a show again because things change and I change my mind a lot. But I don't need the van. I don't need something that's not being useful. I was driving it every month. I needed it.
Oh, God, yeah.
My husband
It never
goes.
got unpacked.
It was never unpacked. It was unpacked from November to January when I would redo the inventory for the next year. My husband goes to auctions and buys vehicles. I'm not concerned if I ever wanted one, I couldn't get one. Plus, if I make him go with me, I don't have to drive, and he can pull a trailer. I don't do trailers. So, as of right now, as of 2022, I'm not doing any shows. I will be at them. I'm traveling, but I'm not vending at them, and I couldn't be happier if you could not tell. So it is a really good thing because it just means I get to focus more on patterns and videos and all that good stuff. Apple, I need my MacBook back now. Yeah, I still can't get an answer, and they're driving me crazy. So if you know anyone at Apple, could you message me, tell me how to get a hold of someone? But that leads me into another thing. There's a bunch of random stuff I wanted to tell you today and some things I want to show you. Sue emailed me this morning and said, hey, you mentioned that you were going to Houston with your mom, but I just heard that Quilt Market was canceled. And you are correct, Sue. And Quilt Market, as of right now, doesn't affect Quilt Festival. And I'm going to tell you my opinion as to why. Because it was posted on Facebook. Still not on their website, but it was on the Quilts Inc. Facebook page. And there's a lot of confusion from people commenting saying, well, you're canceling one, but you're not canceling the other. You're canceling one the week before, but not the bigger I don't understand. Let me give you my opinion as to why that is. And even if Quilt Festival gets canceled, my mom and I already booked our tickets. We're still going to Houston because, you know, she's retired. She desperately needs a vacation. So, I mean, we already planned this. So, like, we're going to go anyway. And, you know, maybe I do a Facebook Live that's not at a show. I don't know. So here's my opinion.
Do one at the Alamo.
No, we're gonna do one at Ziggy and Kenny's.
Oh.
This deli that sells eclairs that are this big. So anyway,
Oh, I'm jealous.
that you should be. They're awesome. I'll bring you one back. So I believe, based on some emails that I have received and some things that I have heard, that Quilt Market, which if you don't know is the wholesale side. So if I was there, it would be as a vendor, you know, showing quilt shops my patterns, or as a fabric designer saying, want to buy this fabric. It's not for you guys. It's not for the public. It's for the industry only. Only wholesale. There's credentials. There's no credentials for Quilt Festival. Anyone can go. My mom's not even a quilter. She's allowed to go. It doesn't matter. So Quilt Market, a lot of the big vendors and the big names that pay a lot of money and take up a lot of space there have already dropped out. They're not comfortable, they're understaffed, they don't have the funds, whatever their reason is, they're not going. I just received an email this week that said, hey, we're not going. Oh, we're not going. So all of these people are dropping out. I personally think that if they had market, the people there would not have a successful market because a lot of the shops wouldn't go. And I think they're trying to help out those companies and preserve that and make it better for them. Because how would I feel as a pattern designer who I'm small compared to these companies? I'm nothing. I'm just one person that does one thing. How would I feel going there and all these big companies aren't there, so the shops are like, we're not gonna go. Am I gonna get any attention?
Yeah.
Am I gonna waste a lot of money that as a small business I don't have? I probably wouldn't want to be there either. So I understand their decision. Quilt Festival is a different story, and I'm not saying it won't be canceled. They could still make that decision. It's not our decision to make. Quilt Festival is an international festival where you get vendors from all over the world, you get customers from all over the world, and it's open to the public. So your pool of people that can come to it is bigger. Yes, COVID is still a factor. I understand that, and I'm sure that's part of what weighed on Quilt Market, but I'm sure I can think of other reasons why Quilt Market would be canceled. Again, if Quilt Festival gets canceled, we're still gonna go. We're still, I mean, obviously not to the show if it's canceled. We're still gonna go to, you know, to Texas because my mom hasn't been since 91. I forgot that she had been once. I haven't been in a few years, and I need a vacation too. So, you know, we're gonna go.
I wonder how, because it is international with the international restrictions, how many international people are actually going to come this
Well,
time.
that's what I'm wondering. I'm
Yeah.
also wondering if any of like those vendors, like, will they be able to even get their
Yeah,
stuff here?
exactly.
So Quilt Festival is going to be a very different show than the one in 2019 when I was there. I know that already, but I'm curious and I want to see what happens. If we're there, if the show is happening, that Friday Facebook will be at the show. I'll show you what it looks like.
Yeah.
What does a post-pandemic show look like? I'll show you.
Or
If
mid-
it's canceled or
mid-pandemic.
mid, it's kind of, yeah, we're still kind of in the middle. If it's canceled, Maybe we'll take a trip around Houston. You know, my mom and I are flexible. So we're still going. We just don't know what we're going to. So, Sue, you were absolutely right. I was a little confused by your email, though, because when I looked on the website, they haven't said anything yet.
No.
But posted it on their Facebook page. So I don't know.
I got an email.
And you, Bart, got an email. No one told me. So I don't know.
I have a few questions when you're ready.
Oh, yeah, because
Are you done
this
with
can be
questions?
this can be in any order. Yes.
Okay.
Questions.
Christina would like to have some tips on sewing around curves when making the daybreak wallet.
Well, guess what, Christine? It's already on my list. It was already going to be on today's topic. So since you asked, I might as well do it now. So curves, I'm going to talk about curves in a couple different ways. Not only daybreak. I want to talk about a few. Okay.
Keep
And
going.
this was a question that was not asked on here, but Marlene had asked me, just in case you guys are wondering, why don't we use microphones anymore? And I will just tell you why, in case any of you are wondering, or if you have issues with the volume. I do yell. Trust me, they know. I'm yelling right now. I can't use my microphones. Facebook and something with iOS update with the iPad, something went haywire like 2 months ago, month ago. I cannot use my microphones. So until something gets fixed on their end and we can't figure out what it is, I've Googled it, I cannot figure it out. Until it gets fixed, I can't use the microphones. So turn up your volume, but don't worry, I am yelling. So let's talk about different kinds of curves, because there's a couple different approaches depending on what curve you're sewing. So when it comes to a curve like this on the Rue bag, we have this oval bottom. This is a seam that you're not going to see. So we're sewing a seam that's going to be turned. And I talked about this in the Rue video. I talked about it in the pattern. I might talk about it in an upcoming pattern that has a curve. I don't know, you know. So here's my best tip on this to make those curves cleaner. Sew 1/8 of an inch and 1/4 of an inch. And here's how I like to do it. Even if you don't want to sew the whole thing, if you just want to do the curve part, that's fine. But doing the whole thing is just going to make a stronger seam. Sew around your curve 1/8 of an inch while you have your clips on, while it's all in place. Once you get that done and then your clips are out of the way, your 1/4 of an inch is easier and it's smoother, and you get a much smoother turned bag when you're finished. That is tip, number 1. Also, when it comes to a bag like this, when I have a curve down here and straight pieces up here, I sew with it like this. I sew with the curve on the bottom and the straight pieces standing up, kind of the way the bag would look when it was done. If you do it this way, you're flattening more of this and trying to get the curve, and I find that it just kind of gets in my way. So I sew with the curve on the bottom and the flat part up top. So that is we'll call it an inside curve. When it comes to a curve like this on Daybreak, or even on Harper, where you're going to see it and you're not turning it, and you need to sew a smooth curve, whether it's just the sewing or the top stitching, whatever you're doing, what I do is I always use my blind hem foot. That's the foot that has that guide in the middle. That's how I do my 1/8 inch top stitching. It's what I use in my handles. So when you have that foot and you're sewing a straight handle, you're just following it along. You don't have to worry about anything. As long as you're against that guide, everything's straight. When you're trying to sew a curve, your foot has that guide in the middle, and if you're looking out, if you're looking closer to you at where the end of that guide is, it's not going to give you a clean curve. That's not the part you want to follow. You want to be following on the inside of the foot. And I don't know how else to say this to not sound confusing. If this is my foot, and here's my guide, and my guide sticks out. If I try to follow the fabric out here, I'm not getting 1/8 of an inch, and it's kind of off a little bit. If I'm looking in here and I'm watching the inside part of it, and I use my hand to kind of take a few stitches at a time. Sometimes I'll slow my machine down. I find that I get a little smoother and I get a cleaner curve. And then once I get around that part, then I can zip straight, and then I take it and I do real slow, and then I go faster. So a lot of it is speed. A lot of it is just focusing on the inside of the foot, not all the way out. And that applies to your 1/4 inch foot too. This bag right here, I think I did a pretty good job, even on my 1/8 inch, because I don't look at the end of the foot, I look in the middle. So I hope that that makes sense.
Closer to where the needle is.
Exactly,
Yeah.
because where the needle is what counts. It's
Right.
not the outside part of the foot. When you're doing a straight handle, it doesn't matter because you can watch wherever as long as you're keeping it straight. If you're sewing with a straight foot that has a curve, you can't look out here. You got to look in here as it goes around the curve. So I don't know if that answers your question enough and helps you, but those are really the tips that I have for doing it. I try a stiletto a lot because sometimes your fingers can't really get in there. As far as other curve seams, I've heard of people stapling them instead of clipping them. I have not tried that myself. I don't really know. I don't know how that works, but it keeps it so that you don't have to worry about the clips getting in the way. I don't know. That's something I hear in a lot of the bag groups, but that's how I handle curves, and they stay pretty smooth. Change your foot. If your foot is not working for you, or you don't have enough, you can't see enough, try a different foot that gives you more, more vision. When it comes to something like this, I say 1/8 of an inch. What I really mean is less than 1/4. So if you have a foot that you can see and it works really nicely, but it gives you a little bit more than 1/8, use that. It's not a big deal. But the 1/4 is going to get real close in here and it might touch, and that's just a little bit too big of a seam allowance. So I hope that helps. I did have that on my list. It's right here. See? Curves,
Cross it
tips.
off.
I crossed it off.
Next question. This is from your fan, Charlie McDonald.
Hi, Charlie McDonald.
Speaking of rose gold hardware, I like it, but I never really know what color fabric to use it on. Suggestions?
Yes, not pink. No, because you think in your head,
Yeah.
gunmetal goes really nicely with black. It's sleek. You put rose gold next to pink, and it looks terrible because pink is pink. Rose gold is actually a copper color. It has more orange.
Yeah.
I love rose gold hardware on navy. I love it on green, as weird as it is, and on beige. It sticks out a lot on black. This bag that I just threw on the floor very
You know
aggressively
what looked nice with?
I like it on
is
that.
on the chocolate.
I like that.
And if I'm going to put it on something similar in color, it has to be a pinky orange. It
The
can't.
salmon cork, it looks like. I
Salmon
used
cork,
it on the
great.
salmon.
Rose gold cork, bleh. It does.
No.
It just.
It looks good.
It's not good. Yes. Light colors, I like it on neutrals. So those are like some of my top choices. And speaking of rose gold hardware, thank you, Charlie, for transitioning me into this. This is what I made last weekend.
Oh, look at that.
Isn't it beautiful?
Haven't seen one of those in a while.
So
That
would
is
I
pretty.
think of teals with rose
Yeah.
gold? Not necessarily, but look at that.
Yeah.
Look at those rivets.
That
So
looks nice.
this was the third video that is still waiting to be edited. Apple. So this is the road trip bag. This is the one I showed you guys last weekend, and isn't it freaking pretty?
It is.
And
Very pretty.
because I am me, I don't want the inside to be boring. It's
Uh-oh.
bright.
I like it.
Is that
I use the waterproof
canvas?
canvas.
Nice.
So
Very
I
nice.
love this. I will probably take this to Texas with me because I really, really like it and I want to take it with me.
Charlie's
So
making one of those
doesn't the
during
rose gold look
virtual
good on there?
retreat.
Looks great.
He's gonna
That-
make one.
that video is just waiting. I am just at a standstill. I don't know if I mentioned that to you or not.
Yes.
I'm a little bitter. So, let me see here. Oh, can I wish a happy birthday to Court Club?
Happy
It's been
birthday,
a
Court
year.
Club.
This was
Wow.
a year. We started in
Wow.
September of last year. I was going through the list going, wow, it's been a whole year. So I wanted to tell
Wow.
you guys that.
My lenses are in.
Oh, you know what?
I put it
Mark,
back, but
no,
it's
no. Can I have that? And
This?
can I also have the one behind it with the kiss lock frame?
This one?
Either. So June had asked on the
Oh, Cindy
Facebook.
says she just heard festivals canceled.
I wouldn't really be surprised,
Yeah, I
honestly.
wouldn't
But it's
either.
okay, because we're still going to
Yeah.
go. So we'll figure something out. So, Mom, you are off the hook. You don't have to look at quilts. She's not going to be mad about that.
I'm sure she won't.
June had asked on the post that I made, asking for questions. She was talking about having to make like some bridal purses. And when I think bridal and I think clutches, these are the ones that I think
Yeah.
of. So the kiss lock frame. So this is the pleated clutch without pleats, because you don't have to put pleats in it. You know, you can do cork, you can do fancy fabrics, you can go to those box stores and pick out all those fancy things. This is like an easy one to do. So this is what I think of for bridal stuff. Now, me as a bride, you know I need to carry a bunch of stuff. I probably would have a wedding dress that has pockets because they do them now. They didn't do them when I got married. But this, I could put my phone, my lipstick, a camera if I want, whatever I want in here. So as the bride, I can be really, you know, I can have all the stuff. So this is the Laurel. So just so you can see, same frame, 2 different styles. So June, those would be the ones that I would suggest for that. All of that is on the website. Patterns, the hardware, all of that good stuff. Thank you, Marlene. I guess we should put them back because I'm going to do the point out all the bag tour.
Oh, that's right, yes.
Can I give you this too?
Except I don't know where things go.
It doesn't matter.
Don't ask her, she's not.
Okay, so I have a question for you guys. And I know somebody here can answer this for me. This is my question. I ordered some vinyl because I've just been in this. Don't start. Barb's making a face already. I'm in some other bag groups, and it seems like the majority of these bag groups are so heavy into vinyl. They use cork, they use other fabrics, but they love vinyl, and they love printed vinyl. So I was like, well, I'm gonna play with some printed vinyl. So the printed vinyl that I got is, of course, in check with me. I got blood splatter, and I got Michael Myers. Michael Myers with Starbucks that says "Hello Fall." It could not say Jessica Moore. So these are just some that I ordered because I just thought they would be kind of fun to make like a little wallet. But here's my question for you guys, and I hope, and I know one of you knows the answer to this. What is the deal with all of the vinyls that you can't actually just go on a website and order, but you have to do these pre-order packaged bundle, the cutoff date is whatever. Can somebody explain that to me? Because I'm very, very confused by it. I see it everywhere where they're like, look at all the vinyl I got, and they show like 10 or 12 prints, and they're like, I pre-ordered it. They had the pre-order up for 2 weeks, or, you know, this new one, they're still doing it until October. What's the deal with that? Why is vinyl so hard to find? Can someone please tell me?
I don't know, but you're going to be jealous of this one.
Oh, tell me.
Jerry says she just got some vinyl that's spider webs that changes colors.
You want some blood splatter? I want that. If you are ordering fun vinyl from somewhere, this is just for me. This is me, the bag maker, not me, the business person. I need to know where you're getting it from. Please link them down in the comments. Please tell me where you're getting it from because I need to know. And no offense to anybody, I'm not a Disney person. If they're heavy into Disney stuff, that's not what I'm looking for. That seems to be a big, that is a big thing for people right now. No Disney. I've looked on Punk Broidery. I did look on their website, and I didn't see as much. And I feel like I'm missing something. What am I missing? Am I missing these pre-orders? Okay. What's up with the pre-orders? But if you have, I've heard of Punk Broidery. This came from, hold on. I got this, they have a website, but I got it on Etsy.
A Dexter pattern?
AV's Crafting. That's where I got this. If you know any fun vinyl places, especially bonus points, if I don't have to pre-order a bundle, can you tell me? Can you tell me down there? Yes.
ExpressionVinyl.com.
I've ordered from Expression Vinyls because I use heat transfer vinyl for my for other things. All right, leave them for me. I want to know. Also, okay, shout out to other businesses because there's some really fun stuff on Etsy when you feel like spending money that you don't need to spend. I ordered a whole bunch of zipper pulls.
Let's see.
Because we're not going to carry these. There's just too many. You really want all bins for all these?
No.
There's just too many. There's too many to choose from. There's just so many of them. So I found.
With it?
Yes, and there's also.
Janice would freak out.
So make her something with a zipper. There's a pumpkin. I ordered a bunch of zipper pulls, and I'm going to show you how they look because they work on our zippers. I ordered them from Indo Love Creation. INDO Love Creation with a K. They're not the cheapest. I'm just going to tell you. They were about $6.60 a piece. But look at the size of these zipper pulls. So I grabbed a few to put on the zippers. So this is a silver truck. Like, look at that. Isn't that cute?
Yeah.
It's big.
Did you make something for Eric with that?
The truck is 1.5 inches wide. But if you're looking for like something special, a funky zipper for something, look at this dragonfly.
It's
Rose
pretty.
gold
That
dragonfly.
is pretty.
It looks like a piece of jewelry.
Yeah.
This thing, again, it's 1.5 inches wide. I mean, they're big. They're not for everything. Like, Do I want to put one on one of these? It's going to be massive, but I kind of do because it's a simple one. Do I want it on my everyday bag? I don't know, but they're fun. They're so cute. I am a Friends fan. I got Central Perk in a few colors.
Pumpkin.
This one it's a little over an inch high. They're not small. They're not, don't put this inside of a Diva wallet. That's gonna be really, really big. Here's another Central Perk in gunmetal. The quality is amazing, and they package them individually, so they're not getting, you know, any kind of damage to
You're
them.
gonna have a lot of suggestions for vinyl.
Good. Look at the thread. Did you see this
saw the
one?
thread.
It's a spool of thread
that's
with
cute.
roses, and then I got so many rainbow ones. I got a squirrel with an acorn.
I love that. Janice,
That's how she would, yeah.
I got a pumpkin,
That's cute.
and then I got this beautiful scrolly leaf. Isn't that beautiful?
let me see the leaf. Oh yeah, that is pretty.
I have no idea what I'm doing with
That
them,
looks
but
like a Canadian maple leaf.
it kind of does. Sometimes I just want to be a regular person, and I just want to order things to make fun bags, even when it has nothing to do with anything else I'm doing. And I said fun bags, which reminded me of a comment that Katie made. Katie made a comment on the fabric that Shannon got and called it twigs and berries. It just made me laugh because of, you know, what I talked about last week, my accidental, you know, on the fabric. Yes, you have another funny
Well,
comment.
Terry says you've definitely gone down the rabbit hole. Can send you lots of places to get cool zipper pulls.
Do it. Here's
Go
the
for
thing.
it, Terry.
We have the rectangles and the donuts. They work great
Oh,
for, you know, for everything. They're good size. You can put them in little things or big things. I'm not expanding on the zipper pulls because look at how many options, and these are just some of the ones that I picked out. That is a whole business in itself. I do not have the space for that, and I know that this is not for everybody. There are a lot of people right now that are like, why do I want a squirrel and an acorn on my bag? I don't want that, and that's fine. This is not something that I'm getting into. It's just stuff that, like, I am still a bag maker. Even though I'm a business owner, I am still a bag maker. I still like fun stuff. I still want to have some fun stuff. So I found some fun vinyl and some fun zippers. None of them go together. So unfortunately, Michael Myers is not going to go very well with the rainbow pumpkin, but whatever. It's fine.
You got the leaf
We've got
there.
a leaf, so I might have to get a different leaf. So I just wanted to give a little shout out to them. I found them on Etsy, and they have an amazing selection. They're out of California. Her name is Karina. So thanks, Karina.
Quality is nice. Huh?
Quality is amazing.
They're not junky food.
And I ordered all of these without knowing if they were even going to fit on the zippers. I was like, I might have just spent a whole lot of money for no reason, but they do. They fit on our zippers, so I feel much better. So if you have my zippers and you want some funky ones, go check out her her Etsy page. So other than that, while you see if there's any more questions, let's do a little
June
bag
said
tour.
thank you
What about my
bridal
question?
bags.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Marlene has a question. Yes.
Okay, so this weekend, or earlier this week, Barb, we had a quilt retreat up in Glens Falls. And so for the first time, and I did it by following the directions, I made a Diva wallet.
You did. I saw
And
it.
it was so
Marlene
nice.
is a diva.
And I made a mini Diva, which I had
Which you
made
had
one
done before, but
but put
still.
the zipper on the other
But
side
still.
for a left-handed person.
And you did it without me. I'm
Sue,
so
Sue
excited.
Smith helped me a
Smith was
little
there.
bit.
But that's okay.
But for the most part on the Diva, I did it myself. But here's my question.
Yes.
Do you have one laying yes, right
yes.
here. Look, I just
I'm so excited. I was so excited.
Like I still have stuff sticking up here.
Okay.
Is there a certain tool or something I could trim it back more?
You can use the little black scissors because they're super pointy. You could get in there with a pair of those. This is probably one of my top questions that I get asked over and over, no matter how many times I talk about it. How do you get your opening clean? Mine is
Right.
never clean. I trace it with the frame, okay? So we're talking about Diva wallet frames. Anytime you're using one of these frames, whether it's the big one or the small one. I trace inside with a pen. Doesn't matter what side you trace on whatever side is gonna be easier for you to see. And I use my pink Kai scissors or the teal ones or whatever. I use those nice ones that have a nice point.
I use my pink Kai scissors.
And so if I traced here, I cut over. I don't cut on that line because it's gonna be in that hole. I move my scissors over, few threads and cut.
make it a little wider.
Move them over and cut. So now my hole is wider, but it doesn't matter because no one's gonna see it. Across is the harder part. So I do down, and then I cut across. This is not an oval. I'm not cutting an oval. I'm not doing that at all. I cut it straight, so it is just a rectangle. And the across part is usually, like, I have a couple threads. You'll get a couple threads there. Get nice pointy scissors, not the big kind, because sometimes they don't fit in. Those little black scissors, the little embroidery size, perfect, perfect. Any little like embroidery size scissors, and sharp to the point. Any bag hardware that needs a hole cut that you're cutting with scissors, do not use dull scissors. Use scissors that are sharp to the point. Use scissors that have a point. You ever notice on some of like the Fiskars, they have the angle tip?
Yeah.
Doesn't normally make a difference, but it does on hardware. So make sure it has like a real solid point and it's sharp. If your scissors are not sharp, treat yourself to a new pair, because we can never have enough pairs of scissors.
We carry them.
We do, and you can never have enough because I have scissors everywhere. So I have something else to show you, but before I do, I'm gonna point, okay? So get ready. Pause the video at 11:34 when you watch it again, and I'll show you what we're looking at. And I'm gonna yell even louder, I'm really sorry. All right, how far can you see? Tell me where to start.
Near that orange, near the liana.
No, I can't see you. I can see your hand.
You can see that?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna start here.
Yep.
This is the fully lined boxy pouch. Free tutorial on YouTube. No pattern. Laurel. I just showed you one of those. Central Park. Liana bowler bag. Liana bowler bag. All cork. Rue bucket bag. All cork. I gotta suck it in. It's going on the camera.
Keep your shirt down.
Suck it in. Unlined boxy pouches. Free tutorial on YouTube. No lining. You have to use cork or vinyl. Piper. Laurel. Leading lady without a handle for some reason. I take handles off of things and I don't put them back. I don't know why. Another boxy pouch. This is a pattern from a magazine. When I get caught up on my existing patterns, I'm going to do all the magazine patterns as free tutorials on YouTube. Be patient with me. I am very behind. Laurel with embroidery. Evie messenger bag. I will have a kit for this as soon as the video is done. Another Liana. Harper.
Can't see that one.
Okay, we won't go up that high then.
Hang on.
Brooke.
Can I tilt it?
If it's not in
There.
view,
Okay, go ahead.
Harper.
Yep.
I just showed you guys that one.
Oop.
Boxy
Flying
pouch.
boxy
Yeah,
pouch.
you can see it good.
Whatever. Diva. Another boxy pouch. COVID weight gain. Laurel. Oh my God, there's too many else. Laney backpack.
I'm trying not to make these people dizzy.
What's this?
Lola. That's a boxy pouch that's flat with no corners.
For Kleenex.
For Kleenex.
Who knew?
Who knew?
Boxy pouch flat with no corners. Awesome.
Lola, wax canvas, will be a kit when the video is done, unless you really want it right now. Another Rue. Everly, that's a backpack. The handle's missing.
And again.
Laurel, Lucy, Kaylee, road trip. Did I get everything?
What about to the left over there farther?
Further?
Start all the way
Oh,
to the left.
She's got the camera on you now, Jen.
Start over here.
Oh boy. Okay.
And I'll go from left to right.
Lola. Emily. Lola XL. You have to be part of the Facebook group to get the measurements for this for free. Adeline. Lucy. Store it. Free iPad holder. Free
Love
tutorial.
that. Love
Everybody
that.
I think knows about that. Another Evie. A lot of dust.
Where's the cleaning lady, Marlene?
Road trip. Everly. Fiona. Ellie. Magazine pattern. Liana. Emily.
Oh, there's one hiding.
There's more.
Yeah.
And because we don't talk about this one as much, Stella. I'm going to be redoing some Stella samples.
Stella needs to be stuffed.
Stella needs a lot. Okay.
Good job.
Thank you. Okay. And now the questions
You're
pour
front
in.
and center.
Okay. No judgments on how much weight I've gained from
Oh,
the
stop.
last year. Anybody else? If any of you are sitting at home going, I lost like 100 pounds being home on COVID. I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Yeah, really. Gonna get deleted.
So, do you remember we talked about me ordering?
Quick question first before you
yes,
get into it.
yes.
Where are the free tutorials, on Facebook or YouTube?
Free tutorials are always on YouTube because I can't do videos like that on Facebook. If you are looking for the cutting instructions, the supply list, they are on the tutorials page of the website. Tutorials on YouTube. If you want to buy a pattern, those are on the patterns page. On Facebook, if you are in the group, so you are on the page right now, and we need to talk about this for a second here, Joe. You are on my Facebook page currently. Hi, that's where I am right now. If you want to join the Facebook group, which is linked on the page, it's a private group. So this is public. Anyone can look at my page. The group is private. You have to ask to join it. You have to answer 2 questions and agree to the rules. Otherwise, you're out. If you go into the file section, I put special things for you guys, like Lola XL, smaller getaway bag. I'm pointing even though you can't see them. I'm just thinking. Things like that are adaptations of my patterns where I'm like, hey, here's a bigger version. Do these steps differently, cut it this way. Those are things that are exclusive to our bag group. Last November, was it November? I did like every week I did a free little project. Those are all in there. Those are all linked in there. So if you're looking for something, it's probably on the tutorials page or on YouTube. If you're looking for a free file of I don't put them out there on the website for the entire world. I give them to you as part of my Facebook group. If you're looking for modified sizes of my patterns, those are in the Facebook group. And if you want to join the Facebook group, please just follow the link from the website. The website has an F up on the top, like there's little social media icons. The F takes you to my Facebook page. The Facebook page has a thing that says groups. Click on groups. Because I've had several people join groups that are not mine and then ask me why I'm not there. Because they're not mine. There are so many creations. I'm gonna shock you with this one. Not a super original name. I picked this name and I'm stuck with it now, and it is 10 plus years old, and other people are like, I sew many creations too. There's even a so many creations with another person whose name is Jessica.
Yeah.
And we do not do the same thing. So you will, when you Google so many creations, you're gonna find a whole bunch of stuff that's not me. If you want me, you want us, just go through the website. It's easier. Up on the top, there's icons for Instagram, for Twitter. I don't go on Twitter, but apparently I'm on there. Haley did that. There's YouTube. All the stuff's on there. You have a question?
Clarify the magazine that you're talking about with the patterns in it. I can't remember the name of it.
I got it right here.
The Better Homes and Garden Quilts and More. We are out of them, so they're not on the website anymore. These are my copies. I did a 4-part series last year. 2020, and the last one came out in the beginning of this year. I did a 4-part series of bags. It was called Pack Your Bags. So the little fold-over bag was the first one. The backpack, it's hidden back there. There was a backpack, there was a tote bag, and there was the toiletry case. They are all now my rights. Like, I have the rights to them. I can do whatever I want with them. There's time periods you have to wait. Now that I have them, I do want to add them onto my YouTube channel to do the walkthroughs, just like I've done for you guys with my other patterns. You can't buy them individually. I don't have them written up. They're in magazines. If you want to try to find the magazines, you can try to find them. We're sold out. So it's Quilts and More. It started, this was the first one, spring 2020. Summer 2020, fall 2020, winter 2021. They're not on the shelves anymore, but I am going to do the entire series. I am just trying to get caught up right now doing all of my existing patterns. Because here's the downfall of starting a YouTube channel several years into having a pattern business. I'm not caught up. I do my new patterns, and then I'm trying to also fit in the old patterns. I'm trying to catch up. So once I get caught up a little bit more and I have some time, I'm gonna do these as well. I'm trying to fill my YouTube channel with lots and lots of tutorials for you guys.
Somebody would like to know what company you ordered those from?
Yeah.
Since there's so many millions on Etsy.
The company name is Indo Love Creation. INDOLOVE Creation with a K. KREATION. Indo Love. That's the name of the company. So I just searched on Etsy, and she was one of the first ones that came up, and I was impressed with her selection, but I would definitely order from her again.
Read it.
Can you?
Yeah.
Okay,
when you pulled it
so
out.
Indo Love Creation. So we were talking, when we were talking about rivet presses, about this
the
thing.
sleeve, yeah.
Can we get the sleeve from Gold Star to put it on Cam Snap?
Here's the sleeve.
Here's the rest of it. I'm gonna go with no.
It ripped when you tried to get it on.
Let me tell you what happened. This.
Why
Okay,
is it so dirty?
Eric.
Oh.
So, first of all, I don't know who put this on here, but this is not coming on. I fully believe that if I wanted to change this out, it would not go well. So, I ordered a pink, because, Yeah.
It was pink.
it was pink. I ordered pink. It
Totally
matches
works, yeah.
really nicely
Yeah.
with my pink Cam Snap press. And I was like, it should be fine, because these things have a little stretch.
Yeah.
Not really. This does not stretch. So I'm trying to put on this little handle condom here. It's not working out. And so I have my thumbs, because there's ridges on either side here.
Yep.
So I have my thumbs inside, and I'm pulling. I got it about 3-4 inches on. I was like, all right, I'm struggling, but it's going on. So we're good. And I'm pulling and I'm pulling. Well, now I'm getting to the wider part of the handle. And I can't get this damn thing on. So my husband's like, do you want me to help you? I was like, yes, please help me. So my husband came in and
Those dirty hands.
with his filthy hands says, oh, can't you get it in black? No, it's already black, thanks to you. So he tried to pull it on, and he was using pliers. He was using,
God.
he was trying to, like, I don't know. He was using glass cleaner to try to make the inside slippery.
Yeah.
It was not working. It was not working. So I was like, can we just quit now? Because I'm getting annoyed watching you do this. And I've already sweat trying to put this on.
Jelly at it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So
WD-40.
he just kept pulling and pulling and ended up ripping it. And I was like, could we split it and it could like go over?
What happens?
Well, I mean,
It doesn't fit
does, but
it
it's
won't.
not comfortable on your hand.
And it's going to pop off anytime.
So for $11, including shipping, if you're a sadistic person that wants to make yourself crazy, go ahead and do so. But I would say 10 out of 10, I would not recommend. Did not work very well. So I did the research for Eric's like, what are you doing anyway? I was like, listen, they need me. I'm doing research for my people. I need to see for them. So for $10.99 plus 99-cent shipping, I wouldn't do it. It's not worth it. So I would say no. And if you have a suggestion and you've made it work, let me know. And if not, I don't know. I don't know what happened here. It did not end well. So that's where we're at with that. And I thought that I saw another question.
Somebody
on
said, what about
listing.
using tennis or brake tape to hold it on?
You know what? I will send this to you and you can try.
Try it, Cindy. That was Cindy.
Hold on, I'm looking because I thought that somebody had left another one maybe in the group. I just want to look quick and see if maybe I'm delusional. I thought there was another question. Maybe not. Okay. Oh, wait, there was. Oh, yes, I knew there was something else. Teresa said, do you think you will ever offer acrylic templates for your patterns? I don't really have an answer for that because acrylic templates are super pricey, and pricing them out, I've looked at it in the past and trying to do some other things. They're super, super expensive. If it was something that I was able to do that wasn't going to be an arm and a leg for both myself and you, excuse me, sorry about that, it would not be an entire piece. So for instance, like the Eevee that's back here that we looked at, I wouldn't do a whole piece that was going to cut the entire flap. That would be astronomical.
Yeah.
Would I be able to do something that just used the curves in the corner or the darts? That would be something, if I could find at a reasonable price, that I would consider doing, because, spoiler alert, I use a lot of the same curves in bags. I do different techniques, but one curve might be the same curve in 3 bags, one dart might be the same in other bags, so that could at least be, hey, if you buy this one, you can use it in different patterns. I have not done extensive research on it, but I know from the ones I bought and the little bit that I did a while ago, it's not cheap. my husband bought me, I have a laser cutter. He bought me, or a laser engraver. I told you guys about that. He bought me a laser cutter to see if I can cut my own acrylic. I have been so slammed with other stuff going on that I haven't had a chance to use it. If it's something I can do, that just cut the cost down. And that could be something that I could offer in the future. I will not have an answer for you anytime soon. Please do not email me and ask me if I'm doing that. I keep running out of time. But it is something that I have considered to an extent. My Diva wallet, I am the original designer of the Diva wallet. I'm not going to say anything more than that. But there is a company that has full templates for that wallet.
For that wallet?
It's rectangles. So that kind of blows my mind for the Diva
Really?
wallet. I have been asked many times at shows, well, I see the pattern, but do you have the template set? I was like, but it's rectangles. And some people are not comfortable using a rotary cutter and a ruler. I understand that. Some of you are not quilters. But I would still rather, I don't know, I can't justify selling you a piece of acrylic this big and be like, here you go, it's $25. So if it's something I could do in like a curve or like a smaller part of the bag that's easier to cut around and mark, I would consider doing that.
Nancy thinks I should learn how to figure out how to use the laser cutter, but what does ROFL mean?
Rolling on the floor laughing.
Oh! You are funny,
I saw that on Facebook one day and someone didn't know what it meant and she thought it was like Scooby-Doo saying a ruffle. I want a ruffle, like a waffle. And somebody was like, it means rolling on the floor laughing. So ruffles and sausage, you know, yeah.
Charlie says he's seen people say they wouldn't buy a pattern if it didn't have templates, even paper ones, for every piece because they're not good at cutting rectangles.
You are correct, Charlie. I have been asked that. And
That's
here's
so
fun
silly.
fact. If you design something for a quilt fabric company, not all of them, but some of them, require you to make templates in your patterns for every piece, even if they're rectangles. But do you want to know why? It will make a little bit of sense. Because they sell it internationally and we don't use the metric system. So if I sell you a pattern and you live in Europe and you're like, I don't do inches, how big is this supposed to be? You have the squares and the rectangles. That is why there were certain fabric companies that I was like, I'm gonna say no. Because I can't keep drawing squares and rectangles. It's such a waste of paper. But Charlie, I've heard that myself. I have heard that. Me, I don't know, they always talk about like, what is that thing, like, that thing that really gets you hung up but that other people don't care about, you know? And like for me, I will get hung up on stupid things, but as far as like that kind of stuff, I'm like, I don't need a template for a rectangle.
No.
But someone did say that in one of the bag groups I was in not that long ago. She was like, what patterns, I'm new to bag making, which ones come with templates for every single part? I only do templates. And I was like, wow. But hey, I'm not knocking anybody. Everyone has different ways. We're quilters. So like rulers and rotary cutters make sense to us. So I understand. So
Most of the time, they
most
make
of the
sense
time,
to me.
most of
Not
the
all
time, you know, listen, switching from cheap rulers that do standard like 6 inches to creative grids that have the extra ½ inch, my brain hurt for weeks trying to get used to that conversion. I was like, what side do I use? What am I measuring? Now it's not a problem and I don't want anything but creative grids.
me too.
But in the beginning I was like, this ruler's 6 inches. What do you mean this one's 6.5? How do you use that? It was very confusing. So.
Carol would like to see the Lola extra large.
Yeah,
Up
not a
close and
problem.
personal.
I'm going to do you one better. I'm going to show you them both so you can see them compared. So here's regular Lola, and here's Lola XL. So taller, wider, and a little bit deeper. And Judy Gordon helped me with this one because this was her ask. She said, I love Lola, but it's not big enough. So Judy and I worked on this together because I sent her one and she said, can you make the bottom taller? I think it would be, you know, more proportionate. And I was like, you're right. So I do listen to you guys. I don't listen to them,
No.
but I listen to you
She doesn't
guys.
listen to us at all.
That's a lie. You know I do.
I know.
So do we have any
Give you
other
a hard
questions?
time.
Or actually, Barb, can I ask you a question?
Uh-oh. Sure.
How's your retreat? Because we have one coming up in 2 weeks in person, in case you forgot.
It was
How was the
practice
retreat?
for that.
It was practice.
Yeah.
Your practice. I didn't practice.
It was awesome. It was
was
the first
awesome.
one in 2
It was
years.
awesome.
We had a good time.
Yeah.
It's been 2 years since she's had a
2
retreat.
years.
It was nice to be with other people, seeing what they're doing
Yeah.
and what everybody's up to.
Everybody was
and
comfortable.
Everybody was comfortable. We
Some
had
wore
everybody
masks, some
had
didn't.
Okay.
everybody had 6 to 8 foot tables of their own. We had hand sanitizer.
That's one of the
stations.
benefits about her retreats anyway. She always gives you so much room.
Yeah, we got lots of room, and everybody had a great time.
Awesome. You got a lot done?
No, she wasn't there that much.
Or
Wait
you-
a minute.
You weren't there that much.
Because I had to go
I
take care of
know,
my
'cause of your
dogs. I
dogs.
couldn't, yeah.
What were you going to say?
Well, most people had a good time. I had to sit next to her.
It was the best thing that ever
understand.
happened to you.
Was it? Was it? Marlene, are you getting breakfast today? Would you pick
you
me
bring
up
me
a bagel and
breakfast?
coffee? Sure, Barb. I'll get your bagel and coffee. Marlene, I'm going to save you a chip. You can have breakfast with me at the hotel. I text her, no, I forgot. Sorry, they stopped serving. Okay, so now I got to stop and get something for myself. Are you going to get me something?
Why would you not want to come to this? That's all I'm saying, you know? Our virtual
She put
retreat.
everybody's pictures with their projects are on the thing.
No.
Not me.
You
Yes,
put
There
yours
is.
up.
There's a picture of you with
There's
your
not.
Diva wallet. Yes, there is.
You sent her a picture of my Diva wallet.
No, I posted a picture of you with your
Did you?
Diva wallet.
Okay.
Yes, I did.
Our virtual retreat
you
for
women?
next week is full. So if you're in it already, you get this.
Yep.
And the week after, because what was I thinking,
What
is
was
our
our
in-person
in-person
retreat, and you get more of this. So
in person.
In
no
person.
less.
in person,
Woo,
we're
scary.
we're not maxed out yet, but we're
No,
close,
there's
aren't we?
There's a few people.
There's a few spots. So if you're interested in spending time with us,
Yeah, you get to see me walk around and bug everybody.
Barb takes
take
pictures, so many pictures. And that's what I love, because then we all get to see what's going on. So this time, she'll post them on hers, but we're also going to post them
We'll
on
post them
mine.
on yours,
I'm going to make
too.
sure that we post pictures on mine. So if you're not there and you're curious, you can see what we're doing.
I don't get a lot done though.
I won't get anything
I
done.
think I got 4
so.
blocks done in 3 days.
She does nothing. I said to her once, she was bothering me. I go, just go flit around. That's what you do. Go flit. Leave me
Flit.
alone.
Go flit.
Go flit around.
So,
Leave me
Make sure
alone.
everybody's got what they need, you know. We've got to make sure the coffee's ready, you know. We got to make sure. You know.
Yeah, the hostess with the mostest.
I have a plan for next Friday,
Uh-oh.
but my
Uh-oh.
plan is contingent on, do you want to guess what?
Uh-oh.
Apple.
Food?
No.
Oh, dear.
No. I need my computer back because I have a plan. And if my computer is not back, my plan for next Friday will have to
Go buy a new
change.
one. Oh. Ooh, they called us
I might have
Lucy
to.
and Ethel.
Kind of scary.
So, I am not 100% sure for next Friday, but will you all please send super positive thoughts, not to me, to Apple.
Apple.
Send it to
Come on,
wherever my
Apple.
computer is. Tell them to get their together because I really need my laptop back.
I'm going to ask.
And hopefully it works out because I am so excited and I'm at a standstill and I want to show you guys what I have to show you for next week. They don't even know. They haven't even seen it. I want to show you. So
Yeah,
if not,
I heard, but I didn't see it.
if not, there
was
will
it?
be something next Friday.
Why
I just
can't you
don't know
show
what.
me?
Why can't you show me?
I feel left out.
She doesn't know.
She's.
Oh, don't listen to her. She doesn't know anything. So,
I know that part. I know that part.
so unless there's any more questions, I have no idea what to call today, but it was a free for all.
Free-for-all.
So this is what you guys get sometimes on Fridays because sometimes Jessica's tired. If you have any other questions, do we have anything else? Are we
Other
are we
than
caught up?
Charlie confirmed he saw your wallet that I posted. a
Oh,
picture
thank you,
of with
Charlie.
So
These
there,
two are
thank you,
gonna fight to
Charlie.
the death if Marlene
I
does
thought
not
you-
find out.
Thank you, Charlie.
No pictures of Marlene.
Who'd want that mouth?
All day.
Oh,
All
What did
day.
you do at the retreat? I said ding dong. You did something, dong. I feel like I don't remember what it was.
And
Who
if
knows?
you are
Nose track.
if you are still on the fence about coming to our in-person retreats,
Please come. They're fun.
aside from
She
this,
won't
if
be
you're
around that much, so don't.
if you're unsure, because you just know,
bring the
am I
dogs
ready?
Maybe I will.
Bring the dogs.
Am I ready? Do I, is it good? Barb handled the retreat, making sure that everybody was safe and comfortable very, very, very well. So if you're hesitant about it or if you have any questions, we still have openings in January and March as well. I understand that we are still in a weird, iffy time. I get that. So if you're like, I really want to come, but I'm not sure, what are you doing about this? just send me an email. It's fine. We're happy to answer your questions. It's not a big deal. I have the goodie bags, half here and half on order. Trust me, they're good. They're going to be worth it. I think I do a pretty good job with my goodie bags. I think if you've been in any of the retreats, you know that. So I think you're going to be really happy with the virtual one, which I'm pretty sure everyone's received theirs already, and what I have planned for October. You too. Oh, they didn't receive their goodie bags because they take everything they want while we're here. Their goodie bag is whatever they want.
The office is our goodie bag.
Pretty much. But I have something for them too, they just don't know it. So anyway, I think we're gonna call it a day.
Andrew didn't get interrupted. That was great.
We didn't get interrupted, no customers, so.
Perfect.
Eric's customers are driving me crazy. But anyway, I didn't get interrupted by them, so it's good.
The Marlene show.
It is the Barb and Marlene show. Trust me, it is more the Barb and Marlene show than it's the Jessica show.
Barmar is
But-
at it again.
We're good. Crush your fingers for me.
Barlene.
Send positive thoughts to
Barlene.
Apple.
Oh, God.
Barlene will be back on Friday. We will be here doing our virtual retreat all weekend. But this weekend, I'm getting some filming done and hopefully I can get some editing done. So I will see you guys next Friday. Have a great weekend. Let me know if you have any questions.
Have a great weekend.
I don't know what else to say. Bye.
Bye.